Oh, I can get some fox coins again. Okay, I will. First of all, I will open my help document, which I might adjust soon. Hey, One Eye. Then I will be right back, and then we look for a game. See you in a second. Oh yeah. Yes, I know. I am aware. Hmm. That would have been the quickest game find in a while. Nope, not playing someone who has like a 90 to 10 score. So the focus is of these games is not going to change much, but in nuances. But the main focus is still playing more solid. Just lucky. And specifically at the moment, the main focus is to focus on moves that actually make a base, because that's something. Oops, no, but he wants a 10-second game. I'm not going to offer a 30-minute game to someone who asks for a 10-second game. Um, but yeah, um, I tend to not want to make a base or play a Haunter move, so making a base and playing a reverse center move are probably the two things that I need to practice more in a way. Hence the title of this stream. What, 76 to 8 is also not good. Don't have anything. Yeah, always cracks me up that some people are actually thinking, oh, this guy wants a long game. How about I suggest a 5 minute game instead? Like total time for the whole game. No, but I specifically am insisting on a 30-minute game because anything less, I feel like doesn't train the main focus, which is time management. But within that main focus of time management, it's I want to play more solid so that I don't have to spend as much time on complicated situations, at least not that are avoidable or created by the opponent, I suppose. Yeah. But also because I've been playing too loose and aggressive for a few years now. And while that's not, generally speaking, a bad thing, I'm just overdoing it too much, and I don't want to be an overplayer aggressive. I don't mind being more aggressive, but I don't want to be to my detriment, like over attacking for too long, leaving too many of my weaknesses so that I just get counterattacked and die. Like those things don't sound so good to me. So the plan instead is to be what I like to call passive aggressive. First be solid myself and then force the opponent to start fights that are not good for the opponent, and then we can fight. I'm okay with fights that are beneficial to me or advantageous to me, I want to say. Um, oh, okay. You have someone with the name YouTube Go. Now that's interesting. And he wants a 10-second game. Okay. So far we only had really lucky players or players who went to, funnily enough, it's always 10 seconds. That seems to be like the standard, I want to play a blitz game. 10 seconds. By the way, it's taking longer now because I changed my tactic to decline matches from other players so that I don't get requests for 10 seconds all the time. It's because of Marvel movies? What do you mean by that? But yeah, for sure, it used to be very different. Games would last months, literally. Also, when I started, I mainly played correspondence, so my games would also take a while. Is that the same guy as before? No, don't think it is. I wonder what this 6 means. And yeah, okay. If I ask for a 30-minute game, you're going to respond with, let's play 10 seconds instead. What a dickhead. Okay, today is going to, okay. No, I don't want to play 7 down because also he wants to play Blitz. What's up with today? Um, Fine, 81 to 31 would be okay
Start
enough.
to play.
Um, I sometimes feel like cat uh, portrays are more likely to be sus, but whoa, immediately there. Okay, maybe they know this enclosure already. Yeah, I know, I'm joking, but I still don't get if there's like some reference there or something else I don't understand. Oh, I see, I see. Attention span issues. Okay, that makes some sense. Oh, he plays. Hmm. I will play low today. I think I usually play high, but I'm actually not even sure. Aha, this way. Um, sure, we can just play this as if it was a Chiseki here. But I don't need to respond here, so that's okay. I can just take this corner. Well, he doesn't need to. He can, of course, also play a double Hane. Kaji would. Oh, my opponent also answered in chat. That makes him immediately less sus because usually uh, uh, opponents, okay, like to not. Okay, I don't mind that. I always forget what was better, this one or the other one. I think it was this one, right? Because this one leaves this weird co-RG. Yeah, so you play here. Okay. I think cutting in this case here makes sense with this support here. Also, this is usually, actually, this is usually a really big move. Yeah, because white can get this one in sente and grow this in sente. It's not really sente for me, but it's like a reverse sente and pretty threatening here. So almost sente, but not sente. Well, it's like 1.5 times sente. It's sente for white and it's like half sente for black. Okay, we do it like this. Um, hmm. I don't feel like the bottom side is that interesting, so I prefer to just keep the corner. I can just jump in here. I know you can just ignore this, or you can just not take this. But I never like these variations. So I will just do this. And then if after connect I will peep once. Oh. I was wondering, is he going to play it this way? But okay, I peep here anyway. And then, I mean, I could peep here, but he can also immediately counterattack. This stone is a little bit too far for this to be good. He can always play this attachment. I don't like that. So also it's not like white will defend this anytime soon, so I can peep anytime. Um, he didn't respond to this one, so I think the invasion here might be the best follow-up here. I could also just play this and just reduce. Like play this, if attach, I can extend and just press this down. Let me quickly think for a second. There's also, okay, the bottom side, he could block here, but then I can still reduce them here. I can also just jump in. That would be pretty big, but probably just endgame big. Right now, it's more important this center area here. Which also means that maybe he could even think about sacrificing. Let me see. If I play this one and he plays this, and then I play the Atari. No, I play this. I mean, he plays the, I play this. He cuts. Then I could simply play this and capture the two stones. Alternatively, I could just Atari from above and get a similar result. Yeah, I like this. This is just a shape. Or do I? I'm not sure here. That if I play this and then this, he can block here in sente. On the other hand, this cut then becomes a menace. Hmm. Could play here. If this stay here, if cut, I just capture. And then there's still a cut outside. What building potential? I'm preventing my opponent from building, maybe, but I'm not building anything. This stone here prevents any building potential. Also, white has a lot of influence, so it's really just about. I already have three corners, so it's more about subduing the opponent's potential to build. Is this? He can cut in sente and protect. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just go for the shape on the outside, I suppose. I think I even protect here. Because then this Hane here is quite annoying. He would have to play here, because if he Hanes here, I can just attire from here. I don't think that I could also descend as, but so right now I'm not doing anything with this stone because I'm threatening to push here. If he attaries here, could play this, or if he plays this. If he Hanes, do I ignore that? For the first time, my opponent is thinking for a second. I mean, it's not like I can't build anything from this, right? I can check, I play a checking extension here. It's just that white is so strong here. Okay, so we do be fighting this. Do I? I think. I mean, I should for sure save this stone once for the RG. Is it for sure? Yeah. Oh, from that direction, really? He can do that. Okay. Well, I guess he can, yeah. But I extend. I extend here. Now that's all a sacrifice. And it looks like white is building more on the outside, but if white has to return here, then there is still quite a bit of archie here on the outside. There's also the archie of this cut still. I might also be completely wrong, and this is horrible for me, but you know, that's my current reasoning for doing what I've done. So my plan is if he now plays from here, I can Hane here. He can't block because of Atari and stuff, so we would have to play here. Then I can push in and Atari here, and then I can jump down here. And then if he plays this and I play this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties. And white would still have to make this eye to have more liberties. But then I can also jump here and get more liberties. So unless I'm completely mistaken, he has to come back and defend. So after he defends here, I can jump down here in sente, threatening to just connect under. And then the question is, can I make use of this RG still? Because I do have 4 liberties if I get this one or something here. Or I jump down here and then Hane. No, that's not a core. So he defends. Say I jump and he just plays here. Oh, okay. Am I wrong? I Hane. He can't block. He has to cut. I push in. We have this. He has to not snap back. Ah, okay, he can Hane there. That gives him a liberty, maybe. Um. Oh, also. Ah, no, no, no. I was thinking about playing Artem then, but let's see. Can I somehow start with R10 and get a better result here? Wow. Oh, I could jump there first in Sente, then placement. This is worth spending time because literally this could just end the game. Well, not end the game. I think if I kill everything on the right, he still gets a lot on the outside, so it's not over, but for sure that would be a huge win. I shouldn't say for sure. So I jump down. He goes down. I don't need to jump. I could just play the bamboo. But is that helpful? Yes, oh, that would still be some kind of ko, I suppose. Okay. I could spend probably like 10 more minutes to try to 100% calculate this, but since the game, like, that can be done if the game would instantly be over after that. Like, if it's just, okay, I read this out and the game is instant over because, I don't know, I kill a group of 50 stones or something like that. But here it's not instantly over even if I kill this. So I don't want to spend more than a few minutes on this, if that makes sense. I think I spent the appropriate amount to check some things, but while my opponent is thinking, I can keep checking this particular variation, I suppose. So yeah, like I said, he has to play R8. I bump and Atari because it's free. My opponent is offline. Okay, no. Just seemed to be really disconnected, not escaping. Okay. Half an hour on these Fox games and 45 minutes to 1 hour if I play a training game with a training partner. But half an hour is my minimum for it to count as a serious training game that I count in my hmm, in my system. Oh, so he does do this one. I was really wondering about that, but on here I can just clamp, no? That was my plan at least. He was thinking, oh, he can cut and then Atari, but if I play clamp first, if he extends up, I just play here. So I have a nuanced take on time or on what kind of games you play, and it depends very much on which what phase of your improvement you're currently at. I would always recommend longer games because that's something where you need the time to apply new knowledge. If you only play fast games, all you're doing is strengthening what you already know and maybe uncovering what you don't know, but it doesn't give you the time to actually sit down and fight your bad habits. So you need this for long games. And that's why I also focus on longer games because, well, my biggest bad habit from the last 2 decades is bad time management. So I need that for that reason additionally. But even then, I have those phases where I have like 5 minutes inner battles where I want to play a certain move, but I know it's the wrong one. So I need that time to convince myself that I should play what I just learned instead of what I did in the past. So I think if you want to improve and like do something habitually different, um, you really need that extra time. If you try to just strengthen something or uncover something or just play more for fun, I guess, then the shorter time controls make more sense. Okay, so I have to play here, right? There's nothing else anyway. If he descends, yes, I can just Atari anyway, no? Um, I could connect here, but then I don't kill. Kill. Anyway, so if you play this, and he plays here, and we play this, and we play the whole squeeze, um, then if he plays from this direction, I can play here. I still have the liberties to do that. Because even if he plays this, and then plays this, I can still play Atari and play Atari from here. What else could he do? He could descend, but then I just connect, right? He could play from this side. I capture, he plays this, then I play here. Of course, he does get a lot of RG towards my corner, so that's something, but I'm also alive in the corner, so I lose some points there. Um, yeah, he does that. But I don't think that's... Oh, wait, is it helpful? Oh, wait, hang on, it is helpful. Hang on a second. If I respond there, and then white plays R14. He doesn't have to play the Atari, he can just cut. Right. Uh, I didn't consider this move order in particular. Okay, let's see. If I play R4 and he plays R15, and then if I then play R10, he can play S9. And then I can't win this capturing race. If I start with S9 instead. Hmm. Missed something after all. Missed. So I should have connected maybe. Anyway, we play this. He plays R14. I play S9. Wait. Can I do this? I play this. He has to play R14 to have any hope. Then I play S9. Then I play S9. If then he were to play S14, I can play R10. However, he could play R10 himself first. Uh, and then I connect. Hmm. Ah, is that really not working? Hmm. What are you dot 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 being me for? Hmm. Can I play here first? I mean, obviously there's a way to get sente. I just connect my stones and he has to live. That's not the problem to get sente. The problem is that it's a disastrous result if he just gets my corner. I mean, his profit is much larger than mine. That's the problem. I jump here. Killing him in exchange for the corner? But, huh? How can I kill him in exchange for the corner? I cannot do that. Hmm? But R10? He just captures here. How is that an exchange? You just capture the two stones. Also, it's a little bit too much backstating maybe in an active position like this, which is very complicated to me. Whether you're right or wrong, it influences my decision, and that's not really good. Also, I don't see what you're seeing. He just wins if I play R10. I don't see where how you say I'm killing him. He just captures the two stones. I'm not killing anything. Unless, I mean, I was thinking to play the counter Atari if he captures the, like, I play R10, he Ataris, I play the Atari at R4. He can't capture, well, no, he can't even capture then. Hang on, he's alive, still. No? I play this. He plays Atari. I play Atari. Well, I suppose then I have still S9, huh? Ah, but no, because he still can play S9. Ah, no, he cannot, because I can still Atari at that point. Sheesh, okay. I play this. He plays Atari, I play counter Atari. Ah, but then if he plays S9, I can still play Atari first. Plays the Atari, I play. Hang on, I play this. He plays the Atari, I play the Atari. He plays R14. I capture, and then he just plays S14, no? Yeah, I don't think R10 works even. So there you go. I play this one instead. After this, I don't need any foreland program today anymore. I play S9 myself instead. He plays the Atari and then I play the counter Atari. Hmm. Is it the same thing still? You can still play here. It's the same silly thing still, no? If I play here. No, wait. If I play. No, but if he plays here. Ah, it's still the same thing. Hmm. Can still not capture this. Because he can still play R10. Eh. Disappointing. I really thought I had him. But the slight move order change got me. Just like in Sumego. It's a weakness of mine. To not consider every single move order. I tend to not do that enough, rigorously enough. Atari, he plays R14. I capture, he plays R10. Wait, hang on. I connect, he plays S14. Wait, hang on. I'm so confused now. I play this. He plays this. I capture. He plays here. I connect. He plays here. Wait, am I tripping? I've calculated this too many times now that I'm not even trusting. Ah, but he can play. No, wait. If he plays. No, it's Jesus fucking Christ. I play Atari. He plays here. I capture. He plays here. I connect. And then he hasn't played this one yet. I think I gave white two moves here always. And then I can play Atari here. And if he connects, it's a safe Atari, right? So I Atari, he plays R14. I capture. He plays. If he plays S14, I can play R10. If he plays R10, I can connect. And then if he plays S14, I can Atari from behind. Am I right now? I'm not even sure anymore. He plays this, yeah, because I have. Did I just the whole time give my opponent two moves in a row here? I think I just did that the whole time. Okay, so I was right the whole time. Okay, now he's doing this. Yeah, that makes sense. But that's fine because I'm just alive here still. I can just connect here. That's okay. That was always if you kill something, the opponent always gets some endgame. Okay. Um, that's fine too, though, because I can ask this question first, right? It's yeah, he has this anytime in Senti, but want to play this one anyway. And then I can play R19 as a nice endgame too. Just threatening to capture these. Two stones in the corner. It's not like this is helping him in any way to any moves here. Only this move helps. Let's not misclick there. Hello, close, close. Close, close. Okay, yeah. Sometimes I need to trust my reading more, but I was just this move, just this cut here, just made me think, oh no, I messed it up. Okay, and now we play this, and we have one eye versus no eye. I think that's the best way to play. I guess I could still play here, but I think this one gives less core threats to the opponent, actually. Hmm. Maybe not the details I need to focus on now. But yeah, let's just play here. Okay, yeah, he connects. Do I push here? No, because if I push, he blocks. And if I descend. Oh, but I could descend. I could do it this way, right? I could push and descend to live, and if this one, I think I can connect, and if 19, I can cut. So I think pushing here, I could also play here, and then I could still descend, but I think I like this version better. Because this way I can also clamp and sente. Be very annoying about this. Oh, well then I'm just alive and sente. The only question I have, okay, no, if this, I play this, if he pushes in, that doesn't help, right? So I can just leave it as is. And he can then play this and sente later if he wants to, but... Um, okay, and now we have captured this, but I also got reduced in the corner, so... now a question is, if I might just, yeah, maybe just reduce this now, huh? Peep here. Peep here might be a bit too much. But I want to prepare this peep. Of course, now I'm a billion at move 100 because it took me way too long to figure this out, but oh well.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Just plop a stone in here, just on the sector line-ish. It's fine. That was always going to be his center anyway, so. Mm-hmm. Do I even play it this way, or do I just jump here? Yeah, let's just jump here. I can also Hane here, which is pretty annoying to him. There's also RG here with like this, and even the peep here could be some potential to make some shape. This Atari here doesn't really do much. There's also this cut here still. The good news is White really, indeed, White only really has this corner as solid territory right now, and Komi. I have a slightly large corner here. Oh, this one. I might just extend, or well, maybe I want to Hane here. You know, these two stones are light. I want to. I could even consider to Tenuki, but I don't like that. We also have 5 times
9,
30 seconds, so
8,
keep that in mind.
7, 6.
I have some time to think on a couple of more difficult choices, potentially. It's probably going to double Hane, but then maybe even triple Hane. Oh, I like the triple Hane here. I guess it's a double Hane typically, but I always like to call this a triple Hane if you have like Hane, Hane, Hane. Okay, so he is looking for like counter against these two stones, but like I said, I don't mind that if I just get an easy way out and counterattack this one. Speaking of center value. Do I just, okay, I could just connect, but maybe,
9, 8.
I could peep here eventually, but do I want to do this now? I could just connect here, maybe even like this. Or I could even connect here. If he cuts here, I think that's too much.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I could play this tiger mouth instead. Like I said, I think if I reduce this, TNT captures this, that's a fair trade for me. I'm just wondering how to best do this. Connect here.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
I think I will just connect here. And then if he escapes, I get this one. If he doesn't escape, if he just captures this one, then he can do that in Gote, and I just basically connect here. There is a peep. That's why I was considering the Tiger Mouse. There is still some kind of peep here. Um, but it's also quite difficult to use, especially if I jump here next. I could also peep here sooner rather than later, because that peep would then activate the ladder if he, for example, now blocks here. Then I could peep and he couldn't capture the two stones anymore. Mm, I'm just not sure if. Well, I suppose if I play this and how about this weakness here? I mean, he's already starting. He's already trying to capture these two stones. So I think I'm. Oh, I do a honey here. No, I think just jump. That helps my weakness here significantly.
9, 8, 7.
To have something like 50 points. Oh, he does capture immediately. Huh. Interesting. Interesting choice. I don't think he will ignore this because if he just gives me the Punuki, that would be way too nice. Um, but this way, I mean, he can capture the two stones. He can't really capture them because there's still some Ko here, so he can't capture them cleanly anyway. So I think I'm really happy to get this. Actually, let me check again. So yes,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
or the top right corner is already more than 40 points. But on the other hand, I also don't have much more than that. I have the bottom left, which is 3, 4, something like 10 points if we count the 18 sente later. And on the bottom
9,
right, I have
8,
another
7, 6,
5.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So I think I mean I don't think I'm in at big risk if I play this way now. Because my group here still has a lot of options. Hmm. Or I could just force him to
9,
capture this more.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Ah. The good thing is if he extends and then pushes and cuts, I can Atari. So he's more likely to play something like that. Okay, huh?
9,
Sure, would be nice to have some time to think about this and count and evaluate more. But oh well. That was the price to pay to read this out correctly. Also, he's giving me some more center towards this area now this way. Yeah, that's fine though. Ah, is it? Hmm. Okay, you could cut off these stones here then. Um. Hmm. Is that too much?
8, 7, 6, 5,
I didn't
4,
think about
3,
this enough.
2, 1. 2 Byoyomis left.
There's also still the options that I can cut here and then just get everything here. Tricky. He gets this in center, which is a little bit annoying. Um, I hmm. I wonder if I can ignore that one. Uh, and cut here first and ask this question. But I think he always has to respond from this direction anyway, so. Oh, he just peeps instead. Okay. I am very glad to get this. He can capture the 2 stones here, that's fine. Those were never what I wanted to save anyway.
9,
It's not like this group
8,
was ever something that I want
7,
to attack here.
6, 5.
Also, I guess the peep is not even, like, the cut is not even working because I could play here. I could play here and then here. Oh, okay, so he's doing it this way. But the cut here is still a big issue for him. So I think I'm okay here.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Oh, okay. Okay. We are doing it this way. Because the cutting here works. Hmm.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last Byoyomi.
Yeah, I should have just sacrificed those. I chose to not play the solid way. Uh, what are we doing here? And I knew it, but see, that's why I needed the time. I needed the time to convince myself not to play
9, 8,
the stupid one.
7.
Uh-huh.
Nine, 8, 7.
Luckily, this peep here is sente, So if he extends, I can play here, and if he cuts, I can just play here, then Atari and connect. Hmm.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
There still is some cutting RG here. Uh-huh. Here my plan always was to wedge. It's not like he can cut now. Yeah, that was the way I thought he might play this. Um, I can protect this way though, because then if he goes, I can play here, and then here and here, and then here and Atari, and then here connect. So we're peeping here first. And we can connect like this. Actually, no, I don't think I have any scent against the corner immediately. Wouldn't help me much anyway.
9, 8.
Maybe, okay, he just connects. Still the cut here though. But he could protect it now, and then if I have to protect this cut first. Man, this game is a mess. But okay, I got some more points here. I do get, well, okay, this group is connected, so um I guess I could peep here now first and then just counter here and try to live inside. Or I should probably play
9,
this first.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
It's not like I have eye shape here, so I can just play the bamboo. The peep I can play anytime, so there's no rush. And right now I'm just threatening to just solidly connect here. There's also still some RG with this cut and the liberties. He only quote unquote had 5 liberties here, which, the cut is not a real cut and 5 liberties is a lot. But if there's a fight here, there might be somewhere where this is relevant. Okay. Hmm.
9, 8.
Now it would have been a really good time to have time to count, but oh well. What you gonna do? Can still just play here. If he cuts, I can cut in sente. Ah, but this is not sente, he can just ignore. Okay. Maybe too greedy to protect this stone, huh? Hmm.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Okay, but I do still have this co-connection here. If he now just plays here, for example. Ah, he could protect this way. Hmm. Ah, but he doesn't.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm counterattacking this group now to make something, and like I said, I have this. He blocks, I play Atari. I have this co at my disposal anytime I want to. And it does hurt my corner, of course. Just capturing the 3 stones even enough to make life? Can peep here. Maybe I should peep here sooner rather than later. Oh wow, okay, so he is. Um, okay, but these stones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's not as big as, for example, something here now. Those I can give.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Can counter here first. If he blocks, I have the Atari and Atari here. If he descends, oh, if he does it this way, I can descend here. You can cut here though. No, but then I can play it. He does that immediately. What if I play this one and then this one and then this one?
9, 8, 7, 6.
You can play this Atari. However, I just continue to block here. And then after I capture here, this whole white group is also not alive yet. I can separate it and send it too with this descent. Wow. So I just live here? Can I live by even capturing here? Ah, if only I had time to calculate that now, but I think I
9,
just live
8.
with this and I should be happy with that. Right? Because this doesn't even threaten my corner. Even if he connects, it's still a core. And I saved everything. That seems good enough. And he still has to protect here. Yay, we did it! Second win in a row. Maybe I should play on my main account more often because this year I won 3 times. Once on a side account in like 25 moves where my opponent just resigned because they messed up really bad in the first Toseki. And the 2 games you saw last on stream on my main account. Hello, you missed just my opponent resigning. Yeah, okay. Probably, this is a classic mistake of mine to to try to save something where it would have been easier at least to just. Oh, I see. Uh, to just sacrifice those and because I think one of my weaknesses that I have is whenever I consider a sacrifice. Actually, let me make a note of that. So yeah, thanks. So I think one of the things is that I tend to only consider, oh, I sacrifice, like when we, let me actually, first of all, let me save this game. My main account, literally after 9 losses in a row, which to be fair were last year. So um, that's like from a burden from last year, yeah, now. Oh, I mean, the value of center changes the whole time. So yeah, what I mean by that though is what is the value of playing a move that is either that is a reverse center to prevent an opponent's center. Last game, I had a situation where I played a move and I thought it was a mistake, but it was actually not playing that move would have been a blunder. And we ignored that for a while because like it was actually even a double center, but same is true for reverse center especially. I tend to not judge the value of the center enough for the opponent. I had a tournament game too. I will upload it soon, but that one not to YouTube. Anyway, so I have a game reviewed from last tournament where I saw that my opponent can play something in center. I read out that I don't have to respond, and I felt that, okay, maybe I should respond, but really he's only getting a little bit there. And I completely failed to, like, playing away was like a 3 point mistake, not like a disaster. But still, I saw that it's center for the opponent and I still judged it incorrectly. And that's the meaning of the stream title, that I want to learn better to judge when to take those reverse center, basically. Or double center in some cases, even. Is this Fox game number 10? I think so, right? Fox 8 done for 10, and today is the 14th. Okay. But yeah, what I was about to say is that at this point here, where are we now? No, earlier, before this move. At this point here, right, I thought my first instinct was to just play here and then play here. So sleep, sorry, I have to interrupt my thought again. I hate that analogy that that the reverse center is double the points because it's first of all it's on average more like 1.5 times, but second of all it way oversimplifies the difficulty of what center actually means. Yes, this is a training game. This is the review of a training game, but it's actually the after rant about what I focus on before I do the review of a training game. Um, but it's true that training end game and like focusing more on even the very late stage of end game made me already appreciate the value of Sente more. Because especially my training games against AI that I started this year, I learned to see that even just these 2 point centi moves, sometimes weaknesses, appreciation of what a slight weakness can do, that the opponent gets the centi move and protecting that, the value of protecting that. Um, no, don't feel bad about distracting. I'm just that's very important to me. That's what I meant by I have to interrupt it. So like actually give let me switch scenes already, and so I can show exactly what I mean. Because I find it um, easier to review my game anyway uh, on here. So okay, first of all, let me do this. This was this. I also made the setting that games I upload are now automatically not showing the AI. It's disabled from the start. So, but before we go here, let me go to my games and let me see what game was it. Um, can I find it? Actually, maybe let me see. Was it this one? No, I don't think it was. No, that was not it. As you can see, by the way, if you can see, right, you can see the after rant. Yeah. Here, this is me playing a pro game from a particular position in the second half. And it originally was Orisei versus Yamauta, but I played as Yamauta from the middle game when I guess either he was far ahead or I outed Komi, so I would be far ahead as black, like 10, 15 points always in that range. Because that's what I tend to lose against AI in the last 100 moves, something around 8 to 12 points. And that prevents Cut Train from playing too fast because it plays faster when it's ahead. Anyway, so I have these games here. Yes, and I wanted to announce that on my Discord, by the way, since there's a few more people, maybe also a few new ones. I have my own Discord. If you want to be informed of my streams, usually, currently, I do like a 1 to 2 week in advance when I stream. Yeah, and next week will actually be a endgame focus because I've been slacking a little bit or I haven't gone. Yes. um, so yeah. Yeah, it's nice and cozy and moist. No, but so no, I'm not ending the stream yet. I still have a review. I will probably not end the stream I don't know. It will probably last a half an hour still. But the game, there will be no more game. If you're not interested in my ranting, screw you too. um, so what I wanted to say is I have started to train against AI, but it's still not my favorite thing. And so I don't want to play a whole game against AI because meh, but only playing the second half, what I currently do, and you will see that next week, first 10 or like for about 10 minutes or so, I look at a position from a pro game, which is about 100 to 120 moves from the end. I will mark all the weaknesses and try to figure out what's most important and maybe calculate a few of those things and the biggest end games. And then I have 5 times 30 seconds against Katrain and just try to do my best from the information that I got from the initial evaluation. And then I review that game for like 15 to 20 more minutes. So typically such a session lasts 1 hour. But because and I know that I really like it. I like the idea and I like the yes, we will look at the game after my rant. I like the idea, but it's still not my favorite thing. So I kind of need to bring myself more to do that. So that's why I said that next week is going to be a very end game focused week. And I'm going to try to do end game study 6 days. Like, I don't like that too much. I don't like to continue playing. What I have done is I have done an end game which really went not good against AI, and then restarted the whole thing, and then tried to learn from that. I never liked the go from a spot. But anyway, that's I only did that once because it was really horrible, and the game was over because I died, and I didn't like that. It was not really end game. But yeah, so I don't know yet if my laptop can handle Cutrain and OBS though. So I might just only do the review part on stream, and then do some like AI Sensei training where I have end game positions, or do a pro game like I did last year a lot. But anyway, if you want to learn more about end game, or you even like end game, if you're a freak like that, like me, then look forward to next week because I plan to. Well, ideally, I would love to stream
Someone invites you to
Monday
play.
Monday to Saturday every day. For like at least like 1 to 1.5 hours. So because streaming always helps me to be more motivated. That's why I started streaming. Well, maybe not that's why, but kind of, right? I started streaming regularly during Corona with Tsumego mostly because I was so fed up with sitting in my room, no contact, and while I loved Tsumego, it still was a grind and a half. Uh, so yeah. Anyway, rant over, I suppose. No, first rant over. Second rant, I wanted to show you now. Uh, was about the Sente and Gote and stuff. Yeah, it's something that some of the pros recommended to. Oh yeah, here's one. That's not the one that I was talking about. Here's one. That's not the one I was talking about. Has it really been that long? Also, what I should do, I should totally, I should search for me instead of doing what I'm doing right now. Okay, let me. Uh, I know that I can look for these because I only only the games where I played AI have this parenthesis me. Um, I think it's this game. Right, yeah, here. Uh, I didn't start with pro games. I initially started with just random OGS top pro games. Um, so yeah, so this is not the game yet. Yeah, here actually at this position, no, that was still the game. Ah, yeah. Here you can see I thought, oh, this is really, really big. I thought this was really big, but I really underestimated how big Black's pushing in here is. Because the pushing in here totally activates the RG in the corner here. And it also, after Black protected here later, it also makes this push. Oh, I see. It also makes this push really annoying because now this is actually sente, or let's say we do it like this. This is actually, well, at least it's not sente for white anymore to push in. So that's why in this position here, even though this looks really, really big, this protecting here is actually much better because it removes this RG and it removes this RG. It gives white also a couple more points here. So, but this kind of move, this is really the one that I really struggle with in the end game. And the end game teaches you these kind of moves, especially these kind of versus AI, because well, the whole game does, but I think in isolation in end game, it's easier to understand just how much this has as value. Let me show you a different example from one of my tournament games really quick, which was here. And here, this situation, yeah, here the situation was this one. Black just played here, and I calculated, yeah, Black can play here and Atari, but I still win this capturing race. So I didn't need to respond. However, the best move is to respond here, either this or this or this. Even though, like in my understanding, when I looked at this position, I thought, okay, yeah, Black can get this incentive, but I mean, Black, okay, black surrounds a little bit here. That's not much. I can still even push in. Yeah, my group in the center is not 100% alive yet, but it's not like black can push me towards these weaknesses. But still, the value of playing here, or black played this pretty fast, and I just thought, oh, maybe he misread and thought it was sente. So maybe that was also a little bit psychological on my part. But extending here is actually, not only do you not have to play all these inside moves here. Black also doesn't get the forcing moves, which is still valuable in some cases. This extent also makes use of a little bit of RG in this stone, and it helps this middle group. And it also still hurts maybe some like RG against this group if I'm stronger here. And it just also makes more options for me to maybe like get some forcing moves here and then surround and make territory myself in the center or create something myself. All those factors combined make this a 3 point better move than to not play this reverse center. Even though you would think, well, okay, this is not such a big game for black. I mean, I knew it was probably annoying to give black this, but I was so, I read this out correctly. I don't need to respond. But actually, I do. Just not for the reasons that I thought. So that's the finish of my rant about what the title is, what the value of sente. Now we come to the review of this game. All right. First self review, then short AI review. This is just Joseki. Yeah, very recently. Oh hey, very recently I played a game where this was actually the best move for a while, or maybe I analyzed the tournament game also. Yes, I won. Uh, I will review the game now from the start, so you can actually see the game, kind of. But yeah, anyway, this is for sure. Okay, no, right? Okay, and then this. Yes, that's actually after what was it, like 7 losses, 8 losses in a row on Fox, 8 done. Now it's 2 wins in a row. So that's nice. Both on my main, since I started playing on my main account. Maybe it's the Taiwanese flag, I don't know. Mm. Anyway, right, so we invade here, that's all normal. Yeah, here you play this because this one has a few problems later in endgame. Where let me show this real quick. Where if now let's say we do this, if later white gets this, and then white also gets this, then there's actually a really annoying endgame move here, which leads to, well, either a Seki and Sente, or does white need the Hane first? Anyway, there's really bad RG here. And if you have instead one here, then this RG doesn't exist. So that's why it's better to just play here. It's a little bit worse for the end game in this direction, but the benefits outweigh the problems. And you could see also in the game, when white got the descent to T6 in Sente, my shape here was stable because I also had more eye shape here. All right. Yeah, and then I played this because recently in the game I saw that this was but this is basically a reverse Sente. And it really reduces the value of what white can get here. Okay, then this was fine. This is interesting. Yeah, then I evaded here. I did think about just being soft here and just doing something like this, right? But if I do this, well, first of all, this exchange is probably also just bad because I reduce my corner too much. But second of all, I'm not sure if that's that interesting, but maybe I should just do that. Or, I mean, technically I could even just jump here and then, but this he might ignore and then just sacrifice these two. I'm not sure. So we just do this. When I do this, here I was debating to play this, but then I didn't like that white might get this one, so I just played this. And then the game was he cut here. I extended, we extended, and then I extended, and then I thought for sure that white has to return here. And then my plan was to say I have this one in center anytime, right? I can connect here. Didn't want to tiger mouth there. Tiger mouth. Sorry, where would you Tiger Morph? I don't see any option where Tiger Morph seems like a valid move. You don't mean here, right? You don't mean this one, right? Ugh, no, 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 no. No, you don't do that. You get horrible shape here. Like if you do all this later, you get a B2 bomber. No, that's not the way. You are connected technically, but also you're not really because look at what's happening. If this and this and this Atari, then there's also a cut here. Of course, it doesn't work right now because there's this and capture these. But as soon as white protects here or does something, there's a lot of problems here on the outside. So yeah, no, the Tiger Mouth, because there's shape weaknesses here and shape weaknesses here, the Tiger Mouth is just the Tiger Mouth also is just really bad shape. Like often you don't want a Tiger Mouth facing the center. Um, you really only want to play a Tiger Mouth facing the center if A, you really need that to connect. And that's it. I was considering to play here, but then this weakness is a bit too much. So I think connecting here was fine. And then this cut, yeah, seemed like a bit too much. And like I just said, if white now protects here, I think that's what white should do. Then I was thinking that I do have some potential here. And then maybe I even have some cut here. If white does it like this, and if white jumps here, then maybe I can also wedge here. Like do this in sente, kind of. And then there's also still the problem for white that there's like a cut here, which white needs to defend. So I thought that I could even just weasel my way out here. And there's also the fact that like there's RG against this group still. If I get enough liberties, this group is not fully alive yet necessarily. I'm not sure if that's the best way, but you know, there's problems here for white as well. That's my point. So yeah. So maybe white saw that too and decided to play from here, but then I had this one. Yeah, and then we spent ages. Here I was pretty confident that it just works. I considered to play here now, but then white gets to live in center here, and I was not a big fan of that. I just destroy a little bit, and okay, there's some weaknesses outside, but meh. But okay, if my move didn't work, then maybe that was better. But yeah, then the cut came. So I did calculate everything but the cut without the Atari. If he plays this now, then I can play this. So R11, R10, R10. Oh, it's probably because it's Fox coordinates, right? So here it's S10. Um, so S10, and then if capture, then Atari, and then if this, no, Atari, wait, Atari from this side, and then if capture, um, then, huh, then this one. Now black has to take here, and then it still works, right? Okay. Yeah, I think the problem this whole time was just that I gave white T6 for free. And so everything, I was also so confused because I thought, okay, yeah, the cut here is annoying, but I didn't think that it would change anything. But it rattled, for some reason, it rattled me so much that for like 15 minutes, I hallucinated two moves in a row for my opponent. I could have saved 10 minutes here. In the end, I still won the game, but oh well. Yeah, I really confused myself here a lot. Yeah, but I still won this, so. T11 also just worked, so I guess yes, working with a liberty less when you are in a semi. As Michael Redmond, I really love what Michael Redmond has to say about liberty races. He says if you win a if you win a liberty race by one liberty, it's a semi. If you win a liberty race by two or more liberties, it's just dead. In other words, if it's not won by one liberty, then it was never really like a problem to begin with. Yeah. Of course, R10, S10 is much easier. It just was the fact that I gave white two moves in a row. That was the problem all along. Yeah. But we won this, so yeah. And then additionally, we even managed to live in center here on the bottom side, which I thought was fun. And now I think at this point here, let me quickly check. I think I was, yeah, exactly here I went into Bioyomi, right? So if I had the 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes that I wasted here by hallucinating and being so confused why nothing worked, then I would have had enough time to now see how much does white really gain on the bottom side if white gets everything below the sector line. So maybe let's say like here, then white gets like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So something like 50 point, but less here because this is still center. So this would be something like 48 plus another, let's say something like 17 here, 58. So 65 plus, let's say 70 with Komi, 80. So white would have at most 80 if white got everything here. In the meantime, I got, I said, also I think white here, when white did this, shouldn't white have pushed in first? Because then if we do the same here, I get only I only get 3 points even, right? And I have to respond, it's sente. This way I got 5. So he lost actually, with this move he lost 2 points, I think. Unless I'm tripping hard. Anyway, that as an aside. So if I say he has at most 80 points, then we can assume that I get this capture here in center, or at least it's more my right. So it's fair, I think, to count this right now. But maybe, okay, maybe you just don't, and I just descend and we say this is 6 points here. This was 5, so I have 11. This, I think, was something like 42. So I have like 53 plus another 6 or so. So I have about 60 points versus 60 points solid versus 80 points maximum for white. So maybe I didn't need to reduce this steep. Also, if I play here, for example, I'm also doing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like nearly 20 additional points here that I could get thanks to this wall. And maybe like if white now defends this, I could play this and grow this and also help my group here. So maybe there was just a way to just do this, or maybe the first intuition or the first thought I had was to just jump here even, but that really felt way too passive. If that is something that AI is okay with, if this is a move that it loses less than 1 point, I might just make this a database entry for myself to say here I could have just played.
Someone invites you to play.
How am I not? Oh, because I see. I can exit Fox anyway, but anyway. Yeah, so maybe this would have been just decent enough already. Or peep here once at this point, maybe too small, huh? But yeah, because the only weak group that I have now is this one. So my thinking here was maybe I just protect this one, make it stronger. Don't give white the counter attack here. And also make the center, reduce the center by also growing my potential to make something here if white wants to keep everything. That being said, I don't think this move is bad per se, but maybe there was just no need for it to be like this, and I could have also reduced much softer like this. But yeah, because now I didn't have time. Usually at this point of the game, I would still have like 10 to 15 minutes. And that is also what I usually have in time management. However, if I had misread the right situation, I think the game would have been just over because, well, for me the game is not over because White got White would have gotten something that White already had, and okay, I get some loss. Maybe it's like a 10-point loss, but it's maybe not over. If I lose this, then it's completely over because no, other way around. I lose this, I lose a lot, and he's stronger on the outside. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, okay. So we got this, then we jumped here, then here. Ah, right, yeah. Then we at this point here. I was also here. I was also thinking Tiger Mouth, but then what I didn't like that at this point here, if we do this like I don't know, the same kind of thing, that now he can cut this more in sente, but I also get some eye shape, so I guess well that here I can also just ignore and just play here. Yeah, I think I made this is still fine and this is fine. And then capturing the two stones feels way too slow. But here I made my life much harder. If I just played this and this, can I even double Hane here? I suppose so. But then I could just Atari and Atari and even do this one. Maybe he cuts, and then he still has to kind of, well, if he harness, I can Atari and Atari and Atari and maybe even play this, and this corner gets completely destroyed. So maybe not like, immediately, but there's still a lot of RG. So if we assume something like this, then so here's what I failed to see. Yes, he got all this, but he already had the corner, so really only, and he already captured the two stones, so really he's only like capturing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe something like 20 points. But in the meantime, my group on the outside gets a lot stronger, and I'm also getting like hidden points here. Those are not solid, obviously, but I get some potential points, which White will never get points. So in endgame or in the game generally, you want to play where both can get points. So if you have an area where only you can get points, you are much more likely to get some points there. Or to force the opponent to play a lot of go-to moves, but then you get value somewhere else. So I failed to see in the game, and if he just extends, then I can also play this. And if we Hane and if we play all the way, then I mean I can just leave it and then just maybe even play this, ask this question, right? We can do something like this if White lets us, and then maybe even play something along those lines and counterattack this group still. Or we play just the jump here and counterattack this stone, or we just jump here to protect, or maybe even very solid like this, just threatening to like play this diagonal, like this Kama here and create points on the top. And if White jumps here, then we can still play here and create something by swallowing this stone here whole, or again doing something here. So there was a lot of really easy options, right? And if I do this, if we just assume this for a second, then at this point, White really only, what did I say? Okay, White has said something like 20, 30, let's say 35 points here, not really any points here, and I get this. And maybe 10 more here and 10 more here if we're being generous. So like 35, 40, maybe 60 points for White this way. And I already have a 40 something here. I already have like 10 more here. So if I already have 50 points solid and all these potential points, like if I play on the top side, I get easily 10 points. I can also destroy this still. So he might not get any points here. So I think this would have been very good for me and much simpler than what I did in the game. And this was surprisingly, this was my first instinct to just sacrifice them. And then I got greedy, and then we got into this very troublesome situation where all of a sudden I understand this move now. He really tried to kill me, and all of a sudden he got strong here. And I had to connect here in Gote, and then all of a sudden he can play here in my whole group here. I wonder if I should have played this one first and just let him connect here. Because I still can peep here, and then we can I guess we can still do this. right? If we assume the same as in the game, I still have a core option, and then I can play something like this and counterattack and make enough room for my group then, maybe. But yeah, at this point it might be good for white at this point. I might just be dead, according to AI. Also by connecting here. If I just connect here and let white cut here, actually white might play this first and then cut here, then white did get quite a bit. On the other hand, I also destroyed this, so if we assume something like that, this way, if he cuts, then we can Atari here first, play here, and then actually connect these stones, I guess, later. Um, okay, but so let's say white extends here, or plays this. No. White extends here, then white has this. I can still capture here. Let's say it's sente for now. Then I can also get this one and this one later in sente. I can also push in here. Then I still have something like 50 something here, 60 something. Does white have enough here? It's maybe close-ish. Anyway, so I was greedy here though, and then it really got complicated. And I think I was a little bit lucky because here white could have played here. And now I can't cut here. I don't threaten the cut in center anymore. I could even just play here, and then I really need the code to connect. So I think I got a bit like I got greedy here because I didn't have time to count, and then I get greedy. As you could see here on the top left, I tend to then get greedy and not solid. So I should really say it's not necessarily aggressive or something instead of solid, but it's more greedy instead of solid. Actually, let me say solid versus greedy because I want the first one to be in my mind more. I have a lot of these psychological, how do you word something thoughts. Yeah, so it's not just solid versus weak, but it's also solid versus greed. I played a move against Tanji where I was very proud of being solid instead of greedy, and it was a good move. Yeah, here again, I think here I got really lucky that white now Tenuki'd to here. If white doesn't Tenuki there, then I need the Ko or something, or maybe here white can even ignore and play this and remove the Ko and then try to kill me completely. But yeah, this connection here and then pushing in here would have been good times for my opponent to take more time. And then yeah, and then here also just the cut. If white just plays here, okay, I get the Atari and play here. I guess I'm also alive. So maybe white had to play from this direction and not cut. Yeah, but it's really annoying. At this point here, it's already very annoying for white after having ignored this to play here. And then yeah, after this was A7 was so weird. He saw that there is RG with this core, but to play it right now seems completely off topic. It's not like I played the core before. Maybe he thought, oh, he missed that he can connect with core. But I don't care. I don't want to connect. I just want to live. And if I can live in Sente now, well, not in Sente, but well, kind of in Sente because he still needs to connect here to not just completely fall apart everywhere. Because mind you, if I capture here, this whole white group here might be in danger. Okay, yeah, it would have to connect here first, but you know what I mean. There's some bad RG here. Yeah, and let's see. Oh, so the game was always good for me, but it got close so it was never that white was winning when I did this stupid stuff. But can you see the graph? Yeah, you can see by the graph. You can't see the whole graph, I suppose. What I can do, we can shift this a little bit. I can also remove a little bit on this side here. Also, nobody needs the information what side this is, I suppose. Um, so yeah, as you can see by the graph, at the end, I was how much was I winning by? 20. Oh wow! And this was a blunder because I could have even connected this now. No, no. Here I'm glad about my blunder because it made my opponent resign. So I was ahead by like 20 points, yeah. But yeah, the game was, I suppose, yeah, from the cut was good, but I suspect no, this was also the blue move. Wow, okay. Okay, interesting. So this was all still completely equal, but maybe yeah, white like this try to kill me here was I think too much. Maybe it should have just been we both live and we move on. But let's start from the start. Um, hey, yeah, you can see that white should play here. I wonder about this one now immediately. Minus 0.5. Okay. Fine. Oh, cutting here. Aye. Okay, if you have this stone, that's inaccurate. Yeah, this one actually surprised me a little bit. I for sure thought white was this is the perfect option to play this one because other than usually oh and then even not play the normal continuation, but usually black has a counter attack against these three stones, but white already played this, right? Usually this happens before white has played the extension. So this seemed a bit too soft, and it indeed was. So that made the game. Oh, and I shouldn't play this. I should cut here immediately. Okay. Aha, the wedge is also a bit too early. Okay. I kind of want to manipulate this situation into something. Let's say it's like this, and now it's my move. Is now this one correct? Okay, now okay, the peep. Let's just say that the peep is happening here. Okay, then this one. Okay, but this one is indeed minus 0.2. So this is a really important and good move. Anyway, it was still minus 0.7 just because the cut was a little bit better. Yeah, I thought about the cut, but oh well. I wonder about this one now. Just how bad it is. Oh, it should just be ignored. And then this is indeed. So I played the right. Oh, the jump was actually the best move. Wow. Okay. But white ignores it. Yeah. So it's just good, even though white ignores because it has this added benefit later, and it does reduce white a lot. I see. That makes sense. Or otherwise, this one, which I suggested. Oh, and white can defend this way. This way is fine too, though, right? Ah, but because if I play here, then no, white still plays this one. Oh. Yeah. Okay, sure. Okay, but this is all. I mean, my move is minus 1 point. That's not a game losing. Ha, see, I was wondering. Both were. So that's why I had a trouble to decide. Because both were equally good. I don't know who said it earlier again. Oh, I just. If you're still in chat, I, anyway, when I said this, I want to play here. Yeah, white can now do this one. Oh, this is probably also just a bad exchange. No, it's okay. Yeah, and then white, if white now spends a move to defend, like very passively, then then black just spends moves to reduce this. Okay. Okay, so both were fine. This was fine. The cut was fine. So the cut was actually fine. I was suspecting that this is where the graph falls off. Then the Hane, then the bump here, then the Atari here, then the jump. Yeah, okay, and then this one was just bad because it just gave me more eye shape. Um, but it also says black plus 3.5 here already. And back when the cut happened, it says white plus 0.4. So we already, after playing all the blue moves, AI here already changed its mind into this being 4 points better than before. So that's the power of 50 playouts. Okay, but if white now defends, which is what I expected, and but then it still says black plus 12. So maybe white was just screwed either way, huh? If this exchange, I think this is probably one of those that I can't review with 50 playouts because it do be bad. Yeah, I can just play here. And then after block here, I can play this one. Oh, is it white pushes here? Plays this Atari apparently. Ooh, froze in? No, okay, it still says black plus 10. So let's just play this immediately. No, just, okay, if you Hane here. Yeah, it just doesn't work, huh? No matter what white tries, even the throw in here. It's just, yeah, it just doesn't work. So by that logic, I assume that higher playout AI is going to say that maybe the cut is still fine, but this one here should have been here. And then, yeah, I can jump down. And then if this one, I can turn here. And if I Hane and then this one, yeah. And then I don't trust 50 playouts enough to analyze this further. I usually don't review my games with 50 playouts any deeper than this level. Uh, First of all, because I don't like to, I want to review more like the decision and strategic aspects. But second of all, because, well, 50 playouts just sucks at this. Anyway, my move is 0.1 better. No, but you could literally just play here. And then if this one, um, but if this, wait, hang on. If this one, now you can't. I think I was thinking of this variation the whole time because here white can play T11. So here you needed to play this. But what if then you can protect connect. So if this one now capture, yeah, but still same thing. You can always if you capture here, you always have the Atari from behind. Okay, so that was just working. Um, oh, what if this one now? Then after Atari, I Atari. Oh, oh, there's actually some kind of core now for white. It's not very winnable, but here wait, hang on. Why is it a core here? Because of this. If I play this and then this, I guess it's a core still, huh? It's the same core. Damn it. Still my move didn't make it better. Okay, anyway, yeah. Surprisingly enough, though. Oh, wow. White shouldn't even play this now. Oh, oh no. Oh, I completely missed that. I see why this is a blunder. You can just connect under with T6. Oh. Oh, I was so happy to just live in the corner in Sente. Ah, this is I remember missing exactly this Tetsuchi in another game. Ah, this is something that I need to burn into my mind. I need to repeat this like for the next 10 days every day. Because I really this is a real blind spot for me, this connection under. I completely missed. I could have just played here. Because there's no problem here with this, because I still have the two liberties after I connect. I can literally just play this. Ah, okay. That would have been fine. But okay, in the end, it didn't loosen that much because it went from 33 to white also losing Sente. Yeah, losing Sente again. Oh, I should cut immediately. Okay, so it went from like plus 33 to plus 26. But hang on. And that's also why here white should not push in because I should cut immediately. Hmm. If I don't cut, that loses 2 points. Yeah, it was minus like 13 or so for white and minus 14 and a half for black. Ah, but I should cut here immediately. Oh. That makes sense because after the cut here and the extend, white can Atari. Oh, white has to Atari, but then you just don't Atari, you don't make this exchange. Oh, you do make this exchange? Oh, you make this exchange because if white now captures, you can actually fight this ko, or you can simply Atari and counterattack here, or even extend first. Because then if you extend here, for example, yeah, the extension here would be sente against this. Right, if white now plays here, you can actually just ladder this stone. So white has to defend here. And yeah, sure, there's probably better ways like this one, but you have to keep in mind that black has some sente move here at any point. Like for example, the jump here could be sente. Okay, Atari here. Oh, Atari here is sente. Is it sente? White extend? Yeah, it's sente. Now the cut, now this just works. So you can actually play this. And then capture here. Then white has to save this group. And oh, you can still ask this because you have the clamp here. White cannot even Hane here. Has to extend. And then there's actually a problem with this group here too. Yeah, this is just horrible for white then. Okay. Yeah, I see. I didn't see. See, I wasn't looking at this point here. I think also because I was approaching Byoyomi, but that's still not no excuse. I didn't look for the better move here. Didn't look for the cut immediately. I didn't think for some, yeah, because you can cut and extend, and even if you don't want to do this, you can just extend here. And white has to defend here. And even if nothing amounts of this, even if you just play this one, for example, you already now made really good use of this RG here to destroy this area much more efficiently than I did in the game. So yeah, also in both cases, notice how in both cases this here would have been like a reverse sente move, and this one would have also this one would have actually been like a double sente move. So much for the stream title, eh? Well, we learned this, so the stream titles may be very appropriate. You can see why that is a focus of mine. Let me make a note of that again. Also, by the way, is chat still there? Can you still hear me? Since I don't have it on my screen right now here. Okay, yeah, but okay, this was both were short-lived because white immediately played the sente move afterwards, but okay. Still, at this point, it's plus 27. Yeah. Oh, and the Atari here. I was wondering if I should just connect, but this also simplifies the game a lot. Oh, and I should peep. I should peep. Just allow white to extend. And then just leave this because I can connect anytime with this move. But I shouldn't do it too early because now black can, like a white can start trouble here. If I play here instead, then there's not much trouble here. And if white defends here, then I can still do this. And if white defends here, then okay. Anyway. Oh, the cut was actually sent. Was actually the best move. Wow, I didn't expect this. Okay, let me see now. This is the center move, but what about this? This would have been a mistake. I don't like that this is a mistake. But on the other hand, first of all, 50 player also might just be wrong about this. Push from behind again. Hane. Hane again. Extend. And let's say we were being super, super solid here and just protecting here as well. Okay, I mean, it says only black plus 10. And maybe I just don't, I probably wouldn't have protected in the game. Probably would have played here. So let's say it's black plus 13 here versus what I did in the game where it's black plus 19. However, is it really worth it? I I guess I like that I correctly estimate, evaluated that I can do this. But on the other hand, I also went against my game plan of playing if I'm unsure, playing the more solid option. And I guess I could also have just played this and just stopped here. I don't need to play this bad exchange now. I can peep here. That makes some sense. And if black, let's say black just protected here, okay, then I can also do this, yeah. Or, but maybe, I don't know. Why just doesn't go away though, huh? Yeah, let's say I just Tenuki now and just play here now. Then it's still black plus 15. So I lost 4 points out of these exchanges. But I have such a lot more simple game to finish from here. Here I literally can go into endgame and just win the game with a decent endgame, I want to say. Here it just got very complicated. So even though this is the blue move, I will still enter it as in my database as, yeah, that was not needed. Oh, also this one now. What if cut? I mean, oh, I was about to say you obviously Atari from this side, but maybe not. Ah, no, you Atari from this side, because then later you can play here and get more here, or even immediately play here. Yeah, but this is. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I don't like this. I like this worse than the game. Okay, so but this was bad because of this. Was this the same way bad? This is -4. Okay, so it was not so much the way I connected, even though it was the worst of the three, uh, but it was more about connecting in the first place. Yeah, and now you can see after a few bad decisions in this fight, the game is black plus 10 anyway, as it would have been if I did all the bad exchanges here. But as opposed to before, where I would have had 0 weak groups and all the best endgame in the world I can ask for, here I have 2 weak groups and need to really struggle. And then we have this. Okay, you cut here. You can connect in sente-ish. But yeah, white can also protect here, so I'm not sure I'm fond of this. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I think that might just be AI tripping again. Yeah, here white actually had the cut. But okay. Oh, and I should protect like this. Seriously. And if this, I just sacrifice. Uh-huh. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so my unwillingness to sacrifice these stones, I guess, got me into some large trouble. Okay, this apparently was a bad exchange. I will have to look up why. Maybe because it made some RG here disappear or the peep or whatever. We can continue. What happens if no? You still play this way. Oh, and then white. Okay, I see. Seems like chat is no longer there though. Synergy. And then the game was really close. At this point, the game was only black plus 4. Only black plus 2, even at this point here. Yeah, and then white played this, where I got this exchange, which was really good for me. Then, yeah, here actually, this I regretted playing, but white answered immediately later, because actually later white has a move like this to threaten to reduce me a lot more. But no, right now, okay. And then white protecting, white should ask this question first before I can cut here. I see. And then I should indeed play here instead of this one, yeah. But connecting here was fine. If I now play away, it's a huge blunder and white is leading by 5. Okay, so I'm glad I was greedy in this case. Yeah, and then this is apparently too much. Okay, this exchange was just also not good for me. Yeah, I just made weight stronger in this direction. That makes sense. I also realized too late that this is just not doing anything. So, yeah. I come to my senses by playing here now. Yeah, then if white plays here, I just go here. I don't protect here because this actually threatens to capture here. So white has to protect here first. Then you connect. Then white blocks here, you capture. White extends. You push here. And you can probably play like an Atari from this side, yeah, and play this Atari. And then just peep here. No, play the Atari first, then peep here. Oh, then even connect here. Ah, connect here and then fight the ko with all of these ko threads. That makes sense. Because if you now, let's say you win this ko here. Actually, let me quickly check if that's the best way anyway. Yeah, okay, just this. Then if this. Oh, you can also just have co-threads here, but you can also have co-threads here. But okay, let's start with this co-thread here. Then you capture. And then, oh, then white has a co-thread here. That's a little bit painful. Then I can threaten to cut this off still. So white still needs to add a move here. Yeah, and then white is already out of co-threads. I mean, white can play this one as a threat. But here already AI just wants you to give up on this ko. Because yes, white can now capture this group, but then white just is in big trouble here. So okay, so yeah, the ko was actually fightable just from the start, but yeah, in the game that didn't happen. He connected here, then I got this and this and this. Oh, this was actually only an inaccuracy. Huh. But yeah, actually I should have connected. Wow, okay. Yeah, and connection here was crazy to me. The cut was also a little bit crazy. This, yeah, and here everything is going to be a mistake because AI just says, well, you have this ko and white really doesn't have any significant ko threats, which if I had time here, I could have checked. But yeah, this was indeed super bad. Minus 15 points, and then my move was unnecessary. I'm actually curious, what is happening here if, for example, we do this one? Don't connect, you capture. Then Atari. And you peep, fair enough. Then you connect. Oh, and then you can't save the two stones. Right, because of this peep, you can't save the two stones anyway. And if white then peeps here instead, then white still owes this move. Then you can threaten this ko. That also removes the connection for white here. And then you can Hane here, like bump here, Hane, and connect here. That's not a ko though, because after this you can still push here. However, if white pushes here, then you can capture here and sente. Ooh. No, you can capture here and sente and just make life. But you can even be more brutal here and say, I have so many co-threads here, I can kill you here if I want to. But yeah, you can easily live there now in ko. Or let's say white, we fight this ko, but then again, black has so many co-threads, so that makes sense. So there's just enough RG here already, and there's also RG with this cut, because if you play this cut and white really tries to escape here, then you also have the push here, and the push here, you threaten to cut off these stones, and if white now answers here, you can Atari here and play here. And then white is not alive with this whole group. You still have this ko anytime. Yeah, okay. So that's why you could have saved those, but really I'm happy to give up 7 points here if that means that the opponent just instantly resigns. Because if now this happens, yeah, I would have played this maybe next, or maybe actually, yeah, because haha, the power of reverse sente. Now this area is no longer that big, but it's kind of threatening a co, but also this one. Though this is not really urgent, so maybe you should just leave this and you can play this anytime soon, and then black can play here or can just capture this stone. Oh, actually, no. If white captures these, I would have maybe even done this one now. It's a slight mistake. Okay, you should still aim for these white weaknesses here, yeah. All right, yeah, that's I think I promised well more than in half an hour ago that the stream will still last half an hour, right? I think that's like 50 minutes ago that I said that. So yeah, I keep my promises. I review my games for a while. Um, that's why I usually also don't play more than one longer game at a time because I really want to have I want to take the time. Yes, I teach Go. Um, why do you ask? There are some not the most a little bit outdated links, I think. Maybe the oh yeah. I focus on coaching. So I usually do you send me games, like a handful of games, and I look for patterns just as I do with my own games, basically. And then we have like a session talking about those patterns and why they might arise, because just because you play a certain way doesn't mean that it's the same for every student. Some play over aggressive because they think that the opponent has too much otherwise. Some play over aggressive because they think they need to attack every weakness, or because they played too passive in the past, right? Something like this. So I also like to be a little bit oh, I think Open Study Room is might be down. Yeah, probably it's because it's in hibernation. Okay, true. Yeah, I need to update. I want to create a new website anyway, and the Patreon and all that. I just some yes. I don't really have a strict limit up to which level I teach. Um, like if a Tudan says I want a teaching game with you, I don't say no. But in generally, I also think it makes sense that the teacher is at least 3 stones stronger. So I would say I think I'm KGS 6 dan. Yeah, 5 to 6 dan on KGS. So that's still enough of grace. Funnily enough, I have a bunch of 1Q students, like EGF 1Q. So there you go. So I have some experience with that level. Um, Also, in case for the contact, you can best contact me via Discord, or otherwise, the mail address and the Discord links should all be still valid. Um, but I mean, funny you should say that. Tomorrow I have a teaching game, and I have a teaching game with this person because he's specifically doing that A for his own content, and B because like a friend wants him to get destroyed by stronger players. So I have a teaching game with 5 handicap with a 1Q tomorrow evening, actually in 24 hours and 20 minutes. But typically, I prefer the coaching where we really like we have a session of like an hour or sometimes also a bit longer if there's a lot of to talk about. Where we not only discuss what is going wrong in the games, but also very clearly what you can do against that, like, or what you can do to improve that. Rather, I don't like negative language, so what you can do to improve that specifically. So and if it's like a long-term thing or like several in a row, then we can also like get more into the details of what exactly. For example, you could be, let's say you're over aggressive, but you could be over aggressive in different ways, and some are good and some are bad. So yeah, I'm no stranger to that. And I, like I said, I really like to pattern recognition, so I enjoy teaching very much. I enjoy it. Fun fact, I almost became a teacher, like real teacher for school, but I really didn't like the prospect of sitting in front of a class of like 30 students who all do, or most of them don't want to be there, and teaching a subject that I'm not 100% passionate about. Teaching Go one is exactly like it has Go, it has my own passion. I love to talk about improvement almost more than I love to talk about Go or music. So yeah, there you go. if if you're looking for also what I am also still actively trying to improve myself. So whenever I have something new that I discover myself, I often convey it immediately. So that's some advertisement for my own teaching if you needed it. um, anyway, yeah, just shoot me a message somewhere. Uh, like I said, Discord is the easiest, but mail or OGS any works too, and we can set a date and stuff. Yeah. That being said, I have a date in half an hour, so I should probably get something to eat first. There goes my violent practice for today. Rip. But I mean, as you can see by like the last 1.5, one was the game over at 5. I spent almost 1.5, three-quarter hours to review the game and to rant about some of the things that I'm trying to improve about and how to go about it. So you usually have to stop me at parties. If you ask me about Go, you have to be willing to hear about it for half an hour. um, anyway, what was I trying? Oh yeah, I wanted to see if there's someone to raid. That's what I tried to do. Oh, there's Duck again. Ah, but there's Sumia. That's why he's not here. That makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes it. Makes it. Makes it. Makes it. All right. Again, thanks for watching. Have a good one, and see you very soon in 24 hours, basically. Bye bye.
Meal? Actually, I just had my first meal. Sleeping like me? Hey, welcome, welcome. Please stream because I had a league game scheduled. Like, I think I woke up 5:30 p.m. and just finished dinner and started or something. Time I'm gonna sleep will be tomorrow somewhere around